everybody. Welcome to Season 3 of ZALORA Talks, featuring insightful conversations on fashion, lifestyle, beauty, and culture. I'm your host, Angelique Manto, a TV and events presenter and a content creator based in the Philippines. Hopefully, you've all been doing well or can otherwise get a little boost while listening to today's conversation. We kick things off with a fun and, let's be honest, relatable topic that is online shopping. Who doesn't love some retail therapy in just a few clicks, right? Now, sharing their simple and practical tips and online shopping hacks with us today are three successful and stylish ladies. Top Singaporean social media influencer, Mongchin Yeoh, or more popularly known as Mongabong. Mong, thanks for being here.
Thank you so much, Angelique. It's really an honor to be here.
Also joining us from Singapore is journalist and multimedia personality, Sara-Ann. Sara-Ann, welcome to ZALORA Talks.
Hello, Angelique. It is a pleasure to be here. Super excited to be talking about online shopping because it's one of my favorite things to do in the world.
And we can't have a podcast on online shopping without a pro who quite literally gets paid to scour the shops for fashion finds. Our third guest is a stylist for celebrities, public figures, events, and lifestyle editorials in the Philippines, as well as a creative consultant for a New York-based retail brand. Let's all say hi to Nasia Cammayo Reyes. Hi, Nash!
Woo! Hi, Nasia!
Hi, guys. Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Doesn't relate to the fact that we all do shopping, particularly online shopping at that, and we've grown quite very accustomed to it, more so in the past couple of years. Personally, before the pandemic, I used to go to the malls and personally check out the clothes, but when the pandemic hit, I could not even imagine any other way to do my shopping rather than online. Would you agree, girls? Sarah?
For me, to be perfectly honest, I'm a bit of an introvert, though it doesn't look like it. So from a long time ago, I would say probably starting at about 2008, I became a very avid, it picked up especially during that time because I was working as a journalist in a newsroom here. And if you know the hours are crazy. So all the shopping that you get essentially will be restricted to online shopping because I used to finish at 3 or 4 a.m. In the early morning, and I would be back at work by about 10. So hours were crazy. And
yes.
That is actually why I started moving all my shopping online. And after that, I got so used to it. I realized when I went to shopping centers, I couldn't people anymore, if you know what I mean. I just can't people. So, and sometimes you find it a bit annoying when the retail assistants come really close and hover and breathe into your ear and ask you, how would you like any help? What
Do you
size
need
can I
any
get?
help?
Yeah. What size can I get you? And I hated it, especially when they would look at me and go, "Oh, we don't have your size in the store." So I just realized, you know what? Take it online, guys. It's so much easier.
Yeah.
And you could see a range and variety all at the same time. So online shopping is the way to go for me.
Definitely. Mong, did you start with online shopping as well?
Actually, it's funny because I started my career as a online blog shop model. So that was how I started. So it was very natural for me. Yeah, I was in university back then, and then I was just helping my friend who owned an online clothing store just model the clothes. It was just really second nature to me to be purchasing online as well. So it's always been like that.
Nash, I know you're a stylist, so it's very different when you get to feel the clothes when you purchase them. So how was it when you shifted to online shopping compared to pre-pandemic, which I think you were really on the stores pulling out clothes?
Yeah, I do agree with you. When the pandemic hit, actually, I also shifted my styling physically to just doing Zoom meetings Zoom fittings, actually. So I send the clothes, say I have to pull out from certain brands, from online brands. So I get the items from them via courier, and then I send it to the personality or my client, and then we do the Zoom fittings. So it's been a lot of help also. In terms of online shopping, before I was really hesitant, like years ago, and it wasn't as like popular today or like more convenient, because I was afraid of getting the wrong items, the wrong sizes, the wrong colors. So but now I've grown accustomed to it, and I realize it's really more helpful to us, especially now we're still in the pandemic, but it's a lot more helpful to us. And I do agree, like with grocery shopping, with like your essentials, you buy it now online, and also your cosmetics, your beauty products.
Yeah.
It's so easy. It's easier, definitely.
What has been your personal favorite online purchase?
I actually go to a lot of online auctions, and I have gotten some really, really good steals, on there. Like I bought a pair of earrings once, which were valued at, I think it was 8,000, and I got it at about $200.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah, girl.
Wow.
Such a score.
Show it. No, just kidding.
How about you, Mong?
My favorite purchase would actually be winter wear. We are from Singapore and the Philippines. Like we don't have winter in our climate. So for the longest time, whenever I needed to travel to a winter country, it would be so limited to try to find a physical shop that would sell winter wear. And most of the time, they look exactly the same. It's not trendy. It's not cute. So online shopping has really just opened up a realm for me for winter wear. Like I can get like cute fleece stockings. It's not just like your down big leather jackets only anymore. Like there's just so many things, so many styles. And the good thing about buying online is that there are some brands and websites like ZALORA that actually offers you like returns and everything. If it doesn't fit or if you don't like it, you can actually return it. It's made shopping online such a breeze because it gives me a peace of mind, because these things are, the good quality ones are not cheap.
How about you, Nash? What's your favorite online purchase?
Actually, I have two. So my first one, I got, well, it's not fashion. It's not a fashion purchase, but these are books that I got from an online website. So when I got them, they weren't available yet here in the Philippines. So in general, what I like about online shopping is that the unique finds, which are not available in the Philippines or say in Singapore, but you find it in like another country. So which gives you a more like exclusive special deal. Another one is I got, this time it's a fashion purchase. So I got a bag for like, I think 2 bags for like 50 to 70 off. And then I think the design is not going to be sold again. So which is again cool, because you don't get to buy stuff like that always, right?
And no one's going to have the same thing as you.
Yes. So really for online shopping, it's really spotting the unique finds that you don't see in the malls.
Just like any other things, when we talk about pros, there will always be cons. I want to ask Mong first. Have you ever had a boo-boo when you were doing online shopping? Like probably, those things when you see online, like expectation versus reality. Have you ever had that?
Definitely. I think when it comes to clothes, of course, I'm not going to name the websites, but there are quite a few websites where the pictures that they put up and then like the things that you get, it's really completely different. over the years of shopping online, I've also learned how to read reviews, like how to just search up online and look at how it looks like on other people, and just not take the risk that much on very dodgy or like dodgy websites or anything. I've even had websites where I paid the money and the product never got sent to me.
Oh no.
Yeah. And it's just like there's just no way to follow up, because there was no infrastructure in place. There was nobody to talk to. Thankfully, it wasn't a lot of money, but I was just trying it out. I saw an ad on Facebook. I just clicked into it. Yeah, so I think there are scams like that make you feel like maybe going physical is better.
How about you, Sarah?
I was looking for evening gowns, for glam events. And I bought and customized 3 online from China, of course, and they promised me it will look a certain way. They of course had photos, but when it arrived, my dear friends, it was horrible. Like there was this really nice green dress. On the photos, it looked beautiful with like 3-dimensional, folds and everything. It was like a statement piece. It came and it looked like a green satin couch,
Oh, no.
It had a life of its own. It sprang out from the vacuum bag and it was like, and I was like, that's the most hideous thing ever. And then it was supposed to be this like sheer dress, which was supposed to be ethereal and wavy. It was supposed to be in beige and gold. And it came orange and it had 2 very visible bra pads in the middle of the dress.
Oh no.
It was terrible. And the sequins and the lace, they looked like it was paste on. It was just all cheap and tacky. And I still remember more than 500 US. For it.
Wow.
Oh,
yes.
no.
Live and learn. This is where you live and learn, people. So,
oh gosh.
I even communicated with PayPal 3 times and they were trying to resolve it from me. But in the end, PayPal actually said, no, we can't refund because they genuinely did customize these dresses for you. Yes, they did, but they were gross and looked nothing like the picture. And so I didn't get a single cent back. And that was that's when I started to look for reviews, photo reviews, like Mong said, look for the photos, look for reviews, look for other people that have bought from them. And that's when I started getting wiser and smarter with my buys. Go for reputable brands online.
Oh, yes.
Go for good suppliers. Go to places like ZALORA where they've already curated, all the brands.
Yes.
Yeah. So and the QC for you.
Correct.
Already.
They take the stress out, know that it's going to appear pretty much similar to the photo. I keep having plans to use the material somehow. Or maybe do like one of those stupid shoots, where you have like a meme or something, like this is what I bought on top. This is what I wanted. This is what I got.
Crazy stories from the 2 of you. How about you, Nasia?
Sara-Ann said earlier, 100%. I'll make it 1,000%. Because
oh gosh.
So for sure all of us have experienced bad things with in terms of online shopping. And actually my very first trial to do online shopping, my sister and I got swimwear from this online brand again years ago. When we got the swimwear, it was again different from what it looked like in the photos. So we were like, the fabric wasn't smooth for us. It was when we fitted the swimwear,
it wasn't what they promised.
Yes, it wasn't what you expected. Again, expectation versus reality. But good thing, again, as discussed earlier, it was a reputable store, so we didn't have any hassle in terms of returning. So they gave us the refund, thankfully, and it wasn't that expensive. So at least at first I was, of course, given the negative vibe with online shopping, but with brands like ZALORA and other reputable online shops, you get this ease to do online shopping for faster shopping, easier and more convenient for you.
what tips can you share for people to make the most out of online shopping? Let's start with Mong. What can you give as your best tip?
I think just try and make use of all of these sales, the vouchers, everything all the discount codes that's available out there. I think a lot of websites, they reward first timers with like a welcome code. Don't just click like X, like in the past, I would just be like, oh, what does this pop up? Like, I'm just trying to browse here. Like I might not buy anything, but even if you're not going to buy anything, just input it in, put your email, they'll send you a code. Sometimes it's like 15-20%, and it really adds up.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And I mean, if you really don't want to purchase anything, you can unsubscribe later on. But I think all these things are just ways to save money. Of course, like I mentioned earlier, like waiting for sales. There are some very iconic dates that we all know. Your 11/11, your Cyber Monday, your Boxing Day sales, all these dates are very like iconic dates that if you find yourself wanting something, and it's actually maybe just 1 week away from these dates, I would say just wait for it. Yeah. So that's what I usually do. I'll just add it to my cart. And then when I head back to my cart on those dates, I will have like a few tabs open and I'll see if there's any like drop in prices or if there are any extra vouchers that I can claim. And then that's when I decide, okay, I'm going to cut out today. Yeah. So most of the time, but of course that applies to things that I'm able to just wait for.
Yes.
Yeah. But of course, reviews are super important to me because I think, I think especially when it comes to clothes, personally for me, if I'm buying from a source that is not so like, I'm not super sure about my size and the fit, then I will always just go for things like tops that really won't go wrong, like ripped materials, those body hugging kind that you can just fit in and you just can't really go wrong with it. Like I will try not to go for like satin or like ruffles or things like that requires a good fit. So most of the time I'll do that and I'll leave those satin ruffles, like even like beautiful gowns for a website that I know I can trust better. Nowadays, I think one thing that's very helpful that a lot of fashion brands are doing is try-ons. I don't know if you guys have it in the Philippines, but like they would have a lot of like real life people wearing it, and then they will always be reposting their customers. So I think all these things really help you to visualize how you can look in it as well. So before making a better decision. Yeah.
It's very important to take note and check out of all the discount codes that are available in all of the websites. How about you, Nash? What can you share to people to make the most out of online shopping?
Well, first up, of course, is knowing the right sizes for the clothes you want to purchase. I mean, not only the clothes, but also the shoes and like anything for your wardrobe. So don't be lazy to check the specs written on the site, on the online shop. So you really have to compare it with your existing size or like some items that are similar to, let's say, what you want to buy, say a jacket or a top that has a similar cut to what you want to buy in this online store. And again, don't be lazy in measuring the product. So you just really have to read through the product descriptions. They're there because it will help us, it will educate us in terms of knowing what to buy. And of course, you have for instance, ZALORA's Instagram, where you can browse through the OOTDs posted there for inspiration. So at least you know how to style a certain product, be it, strappy sandals or sneakers or like a blazer or a tank top, right?
I want to know more of your process when it comes to styling. Like, what's your process for picking out fashion items from shops based on trends, as you've mentioned, and how it would fit a specific client that you're actually handling?
Well, of course, again, depending on the brief of the client, like what they need for a certain shoot or a certain event. So from there, I will already I will already get an idea of what he or she needs, and then I check out his or her previous looks that they have worn, like to past events or shoots, and then I just ask them what cuts or colors they would like to avoid or would like to try, because not all are. We all have different body types, body shapes. So not everything will work for us. But again, depending on how you style a specific item. Because for me, it's really about mixing and matching, trying everything out before you come up with your personal style. So from there, I check out what they like. And then if sometimes some people are okay to try certain trends or looks, and then they realize when they try something that they haven't before, they realize that, I like this. I think I'm gonna start wearing this. And then next would be sourcing from online shops or like at the mall, until I come up with a few looks with options that I can show to the clients. And then from there, I just edit and then show them, or we do fittings, as I've mentioned, because fittings for me are crucial, especially nowadays that it's still not 100% comfortable with, still going out. So it really helps with the fittings. So again, I go back to my first tip earlier, which is to really know your size and to measure. Don't be lazy to measure yourself based on what you want to buy.
I want to hear Sarah's tips as well.
Don't buy when you've just broken up. Like I do think that, whenever you're more emotional, just after a breakup or something, you tend to spend a little bit more, or buy things that you don't necessarily need. So don't buy after a breakup. I would also say, probably add to cart first, but don't check out. Like, just chill, wait on it. I think on every single shopping platform that is available in Singapore, I have carts. I have more than 99 plus things. They only can show like 99 in almost every single shopping platform. Because I will always ask myself, because I do know I have a little bit of a shopping problem. So I always try to ask myself, right? Like, is this a want or a need? And when...
It's a great question.
Yeah. So, because there's so many other priorities we have in life as well, especially now I have kids, right? I can't just buy the 10 different cute outfits that I really want to wear for Coachella, even though I'm not going to Coachella, but they look so cute, right? So, I kind of, ask, is it a want or a need? And then I let it chill there for a while. And if, a few days later, I'm still thinking about it, then I check that thing out. And I guess the last piece of advice I would probably give to people is possibly when you're shopping, have a sounding board as well. Have friends as sounding boards, because sometimes we tend to make purchases. Like, my friends will tell me this. Okay, I will send them the link and they will click on it. I have good friends who will be your advisors, and they will tell me, "Girl, you have like at least 3 dresses that look exactly like that." So I have, and then I'm like, actually, yeah, that's true.
That's true.
So have sounding boards. Have good friends around you who can help you rein in your purchases. So those are some things that I think is relevant to everyone. Definitely do not buy after a breakup.
What is that one specific thing that our listeners should remember when it comes to online shopping, or if you still have some lifestyle tips that they need to be reminded of. Let's start with Mong.
I think for me, it still is the collecting of vouchers. And one important tip that I learned from Nasia is to know your measurements very well. And that really, that would throw every other problems like ill-fitted clothing out of the equation, right? And then you won't even have to have the hassle of like trying to return something that it doesn't fit if you know your measurements very well. So some things like your pit to pit, your waist, the length of the dress that you're looking for. You should have these numbers at the back of your head when you're shopping. So
True.
so that's very, very easy from there on.
You guys are so good with that. Like the only numbers I know at the back of my head are my credit card numbers so that I can check out really fast.
That is dangerous. That is dangerous.
That's more important.
Sarah, what else aside from knowing your card?
For me, I would say actually get to know a good tailor or a seamstress, because a lot of people don't realize the power and importance of having a good person to help you alter clothes. Now, a lot of times we buy stuff and we think, oh, it doesn't fit, but actually it could just fit a lot better with a few tweaks. Sometimes a seam here, a dot there, a little bit of a taking in here and there, and it will make that outfit look bespoke to you. So, actually get to know, down here in Singapore, we have this place called Far East Plaza. I'm sure Mong knows it very well too, and they have basically a building filled with all these older, more senior seamstresses and tailors. That's a great place in Singapore to go to find someone who can alter your clothes, because not everything needs to be returned. Sometimes it's just a little of a snip, tailor, so. I failed home ec, so I can't do it myself. If you can, please do it yourself, And sometimes all you need is a little snip. That's it.
Yes. For it to be more tailored to you and to your body type. And finally, Nash, they've been giving out a lot of fashion and clothing tips, but I feel like with your amazing background, you also know how to style up a room, like in case of lifestyle items, which is available also in most of the online shopping platforms like ZALORA. What is the best tip you could give to our listeners who might be looking into probably spicing up or sprucing up their room?
First is to read the product descriptions. I go back to that.
Very important.
I go back to that because it's something close to me because I do that as a lifestyle writer also. So It's there. The product descriptions are there for us to be educated about the product that we want to buy. And for home, it's you have to know the nitty-gritty of the items, like for a couch or for like a table, a nightstand. It has to really fit your home, not just literally, but also the look, right? So you want to know also the materials being used, and actually not just for home, but for other lifestyle items, including gadgets or anything for display. You really have to also know what you need and would like to replace in your home. So you have to read all the specs, the dimensions, all the details.
Clothes, it's always, is it stretch or non-stretch? That's what I always look for.
Yes, they put it. So you really have to understand the item first. And it's also better, which we learned from Sarah earlier, don't go shopping when you are emotional or like you're angry or like enraged or what. But it's really about planning also what to shop for. So you don't, money is still money. You have to spend it wisely. You have to think about a certain product before you purchase it. So it's really about understanding first what you need and then what fits for home and lifestyle, what you need at home that could help you. It could be an electric fan, or like a like speakers, or what, that could also be part of your sprucing up your home, right? Like for couches and all that. So you really have to plan out first before knowing what to buy.
And read the descriptions, because even if we're just talking about measurements, about clothes, like you need to measure the items as well. What if you get a tiny little thing and you purchased it and you thought it was big?
Yeah.
And speaking of planning, I actually had to tell myself like to stop purchasing after 12 midnight. Did you guys find that? Because I find like the later it is, the more I buy, and the more impulse buys, right?
It's
like
really at night.
What, late at night, when everyone else is sleeping, and then that glow of all the clothes in the world.
Agree.
So
and
like,
you're just in your bed.
Yes, it's too convenient. So I started telling myself, okay, no shopping after 12 midnight. And I think there's one thing I would like to tell people as well. There are priorities in life. If you have debts, if you have bills, because I have a charity that I run online as well. And, one of the common things that I notice about some moms is they don't know how to budget, and they don't know how to use their finances. So when some money comes in, because they've been working really hard, they always tell themselves first, like, oh, I need to reward myself and buy something a little bit for myself. And then what they do is then they land up getting or asking for blessings of essential items like, their diapers and formula for kids. So it's something that I've had to educate these moms about, like, hey, when your money comes in, your priority should be your children and your family, and buying the essentials first, and not buying something to treat yourself. Get the essentials paid for first before you buy that cute little item, because, as if you take care of your kids and your family, other things will take care of themselves in time to come. So prioritize, learn your budget, learn how to manage your finances.
Yeah.
Prioritize. And I think that actually fits with Mong as well, if I'm not mistaken. I think you just moved into your house.
Yes, I did.
So prioritizing into what you want and need for the house is very important.
For sure.
And also, congratulations on the new house.
Thank you.
So I'd like to hear tips about that.
I mean, for me, because I had to pack and move, I realized that there are so many clothes that I just don't wear, and I just keep wearing the same pieces over and over and over and over again. And these are my staple pieces. There are, like solid colors. Of course, I still have like a few, printed loud ones here and there for different occasions. But I realized that these kind of clothing, like good quality ones, really go a long way. It really shaped how I started shopping as well, because whenever, especially in a new place, I'm just like, let's just try to keep this wardrobe as neat as possible for as long as possible. So right now I'm at a stage where even when I'm buying things, I'm like, am I going to be using this like more than 5 times? If it's a no, then maybe I wouldn't. Like I would get something else and style it in a different way. With the things that I already own, rather than just like unnecessarily buying things.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's funny that you brought up the new house and how it actually has impacted the way I shopped, because I just want to keep it nice and pristine for now. That's the main thing. But then there are many beautiful things that, have arose from that, like better for my wallet, better for the environment, everything like that. So, yeah.
So what I'm getting from all of you girls are prioritizing. You need to review. Don't be lazy in reading descriptions. Measure everything. Check out all discount codes. And I think the best advice out of everything, don't shop when you just came from a breakup or you're very, very much emotional. I don't know about you, but I feel ready and equipped for my next flash sale. But really, This has been so amazing. Thank you so much to all of our online shopping experts. That's what I'm gonna call you now, experts. Here are their Instagrams so you can follow their content. Celebrity stylist Nasia Cammayo Reyes is at Nash is Nasia. That's one word. That's NASCHEISNASIA. Nash is Nasia on Instagram. Influencer Mongchin Yeoh is at Mongabong. That's at MONGABONG. And multimedia journalist Sara-Ann is at Sara-Ann K1. That's SARAANNK and the number 1. Again, thank you so much, Mong, Sara-Ann, and Nasia for your practical tips. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody.
Highly appreciated.
Thank you, guys.
And thanks to our dear listeners for joining us. If, like me, you learned a few nifty tricks from this episode, please do share it with your friends. They're gonna need it as much as you do. Please don't forget to follow the ZALORA Talks podcast as we have other exciting discussions coming right up. Until then, I'm your host, Angelique Manto, and this is ZALORA Talks.